I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and me and thinking, I don't know, doesn't always go hand in hand. So I decided to turn my brain off completely and just do some sketching this week. So hi everyone, I'm Ward, and welcome to my channel Wardrawsalot, and we're just gonna do some sketching. Before we hop into the sketching, I just want to show you guys what I usually sketch with when I'm off screen. I use these Mr. Pen mechanical pencils. I bought them off of Amazon. They come in different sizes like 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, and 2.0. They all came with like extra erasers and extra graphite, which is, really handy. One of my favorites is the 2.0 because look at how thick the graphite is. Up next, we have some pens. These are the Pentel Energel X pens in 0.7 that I got from Dollar Tree. They were $1.25 each. The barrel matches the ink color, and I either like to use them to sketch or just fill in the space with color. These are the Papermate Inkjoy pens. They're ballpoint, and they come in a 12-pack from Dollar Tree. They are some of the best pens I've ever used to sketch with. They're really smooth, and I just love having them around. So I'm going to be doing like two different sketch pages. One is mostly going to be with those mechanical pencils, and the other one is going to be in inks. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of the time I see people sketch on here, and they look really refined, really nice, just like really good sketches, okay? And they look a little too perfect sometimes. And I'm not that at all, okay? I go back and forth a lot when I sketch because, like I said earlier, I turn off my brain. If I'm turning off my brain, I'm kind of just letting my hand do the work and seeing where everything is going, and eventually my brain catches up with my hand. Usually the way my process goes is I put down the head and everything else will come after. Because I don't sit there and plan out my sketches almost ever. Unless, like, I intend to do a pencil drawing that is actually pretty distinguished. But I don't want to do that this time. I just want to kind of draw. Sometimes when I'm overwhelmed with a lot in the world, what I do is I shut down, right? I think a lot of us tend to do that. It's not just me. I shut down and then I turn off a lot of things in my brain, right? I think it's almost like a defense mechanism, right? So I don't get overwhelmed. And that's okay. We all have different defense mechanisms, and that's just mine. Now, when that happens, a lot of the time, that's also when something like me doing art becomes more of a chore than it is something to enjoy. And I don't want that ever to happen, because I do enjoy art. So I take a precautionary device, which is just sketching with my brain off, and making sure I'm having fun with it and just doing whatever I need to in order to give myself a break, because we all need that. So because of this, sketching is pretty sacred to me to a degree. Not like, I can't do it only when I, have a nice little breakdown. It's so much so that I sketch when I need to, of course, and I practice what I need to, but I also come back to sketching because it takes me to like a nice little happy place, which is good. We all need a nice little happy place. Now, before these two pages that I sketched up for this video, I did two more pages before that. So it's a good, I guess, two spreads, technically, if you could count it as a spread. 4 pages. We'll just call it 4 pages, right? 4 pages of sketching? Damn. Sketching and doodling. Just so I can get my mind where it needs to be and help create like a zen for myself, right? Like a space that we can just lose ourselves into. Yeah, that's why I like doing sketching sometimes. Now, I don't always do my sketching on camera, mostly because a lot of the time I think people don't want to see sketches, but some people do, and honestly, I enjoy doing sketching, and if it's something that I enjoy, I'd like to put it out. Now, every once in a while, I will do a refined sketch, and to this day, I think pencil is one of my best mediums when I think about using it, right? So in this case, you're getting the sketches that I do just to recenter, but I also have sketches with pencil that I genuinely put a lot of effort and like into because I grew up with pencil. That was the only thing that I had for a really, really long time. And pencil is just one of those true comfort places for me where I have so much fun using it. The only thing that's not fun about it is how much it smudges everywhere. And I'm like, yo, this is ruining the drawing and the paper and everything because it gets everywhere. So that's why I'm kind of always iffy on using pencil, just for that factor alone that it gets really messy. And I don't like messy art personally. A lot of people do, or if they do like messy art, it's just, their style or something. I'm just not that person. Now, it doesn't mean I can't enjoy messy art. I love seeing all different kinds of art and how artists do their work and how everything comes together. It's just me personally, I like the look of clean lines or drawings that are blended a certain way or whatever, and that's okay. Everybody has different tastes. I guess that's why art is subjective, because you can take in whatever an artist is doing and it makes you feel a certain way depending on how they make it. Now, for these two drawings that I have right here, the one on the left, not bad. But for some reason, I don't feel like I drew it. Is that weird? Like, I had an out-of-body experience drawing this character, because it didn't look like what I usually do. It was strange. I don't know what it was, but I kept looking back at it, and I was like, this doesn't feel like me. And that's a good example of how, if I'm not in the right mindset, I don't create art the way I want to create it. It comes out different. And that just proves true to me, I guess. Maybe to you guys it'd be like, oh, it looks like your usual work, but I feel like an artist is very fine-tuned with their own art, and they can tell that there's a strange difference, and I feel like there is a strange difference. Now, it doesn't mean I don't like the way he came out. I think he's pretty cute, but it's just that it looks strange to me. There's something off about it, but I like it overall. Now, the drawing on the right, okay, it did give me a lot of trouble. And I tried to tell myself, like, wait, we're supposed to turn our brain off. We're not supposed to go back and forth like this because we want to make sure that we're having fun here. I do end up having fun, even though I struggle a lot with my art and my poses sometimes. But I told myself that if it just doesn't make any sense right here, it's okay. It doesn't have to make any sense. So for the character's arms to be completely crossed over like that, I'm just gonna say they're super flexible, because there's no other way I could really put it. I do like the pose. Is that weird? I feel like he looks like a heart. So it's like sweet almost, and then the face that I gave him was really sweet, along with just like the look that's going upward. I feel like that's a very cute drawing, so I enjoy the way he looks because of that, and it kind of tells me that when I do shut my brain off, I kind of zen back to something that I'm comfortable with, like drawing cutesy or soft-looking characters, because that's what I enjoy. Now, the next page is going to be in the inks, like I said earlier, and when it comes to me and drawing in pen, right, it's low-key my worst enemy, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a perfectionist a lot of the time, and, I don't have the control of an eraser like I usually do. So you're gonna see how absolutely disgusting this hand gets in a second. Because I can tell, like, I was thinking, like, hey, what do? I already put his arm in this upward position. What's going on? And I started doodling out a hand, and I was like, bro, what the fuck is that? And I could tell that I was just, like, beginning to think way too hard about it, and I would just go back and forth and kind of be like, wait, what if I put it up? What if I put it down? And eventually, it got really messy up there, and it was making me angry. And I don't want that, right? Because again, we're trying to create a space of let's have fun. So I just took a piece of paper and then kind of outlined where the arm was, and then went ahead and draw a different hand. And from drawing that different hand, I came up with a different idea for how the drawing would look. So instead of him just kind of putting his hand above his head for nothing, it's kind of being waved forward, kind of like saying, hey, come over here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I made that little change, because that kind of changes up how the drawing is going to look now. Well, to be fair, I never had an idea of what I was going to do in the first place, but I think that now it kind of gives it a certain kind of personality. So I start off with the first drawing, which is just a character waving hi. The second one, which is kind of squishing himself and almost looking like a heart. Then we have this third one, who I gave like a baseball cap and is kind of waving over. So I ended up giving him a baseball t-shirt slash jersey thing. I don't even know if it's necessarily a baseball. What is it called? The two-tone shirts. You know what I'm talking about? The one that everybody was wearing like a few years ago. Like you couldn't go anywhere without anybody wearing one of those shirts. Now, the only part that did suck here, and I was kind of, like, damn about, is that because there was tape over where the mouth was, because I fixed the mouth too, I couldn't do, like, these shade lines to indicate that he had, like, a medium skin tone. So usually I'll hatch across the face or the body that there is, like, some ink there to show that the skin tone is just a little different from the other ones, but because the tape was there, it kind of, ruined that, so that's upsetting, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm just sketching and it's not going to be perfect, but he looks like a really cute character, and I might want to kind of bring him to life in another paper, just because I like the way he came out. From his really curly hair at the top, it's kind of coiled, and the little, like, personality of the baseball hat and shirt and stuff, like, he's very sporty, so I think he came out super cute. The last doodle right here, I just wanted to fit something in the page because I felt like a waste otherwise. And sometimes I'm fine with wasting the page because it's like if I feel like it, then I feel like it. But this time I was like, hey, let's fill it up. I should have just left that shit blank. He looks stupid as hell. I do like the way his hair kind of looks, but like the face, I could just tell, like, I just wanted this to be over with because I could tell I was experiencing some burnout. And then last but not least, I always put myself somewhere in the sketchbook if I'm doing these little sketch pages because, I have to. So yeah, that's how these sketches basically turned out, and I really enjoyed turning off my brain. I suggest you guys give it a try sometimes, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed or have a lot of burnout and, you don't want to force yourself to do something that you enjoy, and instead just enjoy doing the thing by, chilling. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember I love you. Bye.